Hey, what's up? What's up? And welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, Nate, and my Friday guest co-host is Mr. Curtis Gorham. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How about yourself?
So I'm gonna just start off by saying I thought I was dying. Like I really thought I was dying. Your internal core temperature really determines like a lot. If you are
Mhm.
too hot, then that means there's some infection that's happening. There may be a cold or flu or, like I said, some type of infection. If your body is too cold or your body temperature is dropping too low, like below 93 degrees, and really that 90, I think it's 96 to 93 degrees is like a warning danger zone. Um, but I thought I was dying because I'm going out to a rehearsal 3 days a week now for a show. Special plug, a real nigga show. Get the tickets now. But
Right,
I'm
right.
going out to rehearsal, so we're checking temperatures. And for a whole week straight, my temperature was like 93.8.
Mm,
Now, I don't have nothing like wrong with me, but I have been getting to like I get cold easily, so I've always been low in iron, so that's been an issue. But my
okay.
temperature has never really dropped that. Like your internal temperature, even if your body may be chilly, your internal temperature still stays the same, and it was dropped.
Mhm,
And I was like, "What the hell
mhm,
is going on?" So I went to the doctors, and I did a tele thing first. And
mhm,
mind you, I had a sweater on, and I was like a little chilly. And she
mhm,
asked me, like, she said, first of all, why do you have on a sweater? I said, well, it's a little chilly in here. So, and she asked me, like, are you sleeping near like a fan or an AC unit? And I was like, yeah, because I'm in the house more, so I'm sleeping next to this AC unit. And she was like, well, your AC unit is going to kill you because you cannot sleep in that temperature. Like, not everybody can do that. Some people, I know some people can do it, but I just don't like heat.
mhm.
I'm not used to
Right.
being in the house. So my home like is brick. There's a lot of brick, so it holds
Mhm,
the temperature of whatever it is
mhm.
outside.
Right.
And I was really like thinking I was about to die because my temperature normally I run warm, but I was
Mhm,
starting to like feel it.
mhm,
So
mhm.
be mindful of your health and uh just be mindful of it, understand what it is. And I was letting it go for a whole like almost 2 weeks. I was letting it go. She was like, sir, if your body temperature drops below like 95, you need to like call your doctor. Like that's
Mm,
something serious because you can be in the AC and your temperature still be like 95, 96, but it shouldn't be like 93. Like that's not good. But I sleep directly next to it, and it's literally been on since I bought
mhm.
it like in May, and I haven't turned it off. So that my
Right.
retardation setting still. But beyond all that, on Fridays, myself and Mr. Curtis, we talk a lot about some really important issues as it pertains to our male perspective. It's not just male issues, but it's normally our male perspective. And today is going to be a thing. We're going to throw out some issues that are kind of important to us that we're noticing. And there's a lot of things that I've been noticing on social media that it just pains me. And I'm gonna jump right out there, and where I'm not really going to talk about the whole political issue. I know Curtis and Monty are dying to have this conversation, and we're gonna make room for it. And maybe they can do that Friday because I won't be here next Friday. But maybe y'all
Okay.
can think about that argument or that fist fight y'all go ahead on next Friday. But but I am really disgusted, not because people don't want to vote for Kamala, but some of the reasons that's behind it. Um, One is that whole idea that only what is it? Mixed people of color can run for president and get that close to it, or get that
Mhm,
close to the office, or her dating history is being brought into question. Like, who she's dating. And now she's married to a white man actually, but they're going beyond her husband, which is normal, fuel for election season, the mudslinging, but they're going into dated, and she's an opportunist. She sleeps around. She's basically a hoe. And I've been seeing that on um not just on the social media level. Social media is starting to now seep into, well, it has been seeping into the national news, the local news, not just on somebody's Facebook post. And I think it's disgusting how she's being treated, whether you like her or not, because you don't even know her to like her. But if you don't like her for vice president, or you're not for Biden and Harris, attacking somebody's um, character beyond their intelligence or their ability to do the job, or even their record in politics. But they're going a little bit deeper in terms of her complexion, what she looks like, sexualizing her, really. And it's being, the seeds are being planted by Republicans and their teams and their PR, but it's us that's kind of fueling that fire. Black people.
Well, let me say this. It wasn't Republicans and their PR who were fueling that
They already
4
brought up the
years ago.
Bertha issue.
Hold on. They weren't, see, so this is where my personal experience and time within the so-called conscious community, which I'm highly disappointed in, but the so-called conscious community, so-called Black conscious community comes in. We've been dogging Kamala Harris years ago. What you're seeing from people that's probably in the circles that I run in, we dogged her. That's why she couldn't make president 4 years ago, because Black people who were woke already put the goods out on her. So my thing is, now I don't like bandwagon people. That's what I don't like. If you weren't on that 4 years ago and you loved her 4 years ago, you should still love her now. Now, my thing is, every point that you brought up that everybody is talking about concerning her, if we're going to leave hers alone, we need to leave Donald Trump's alone. That's where I am with it.
I'll say this: it's certain things that validate the conversation or the argument on both sides. If it impedes your job, if it impedes your possible position, if it disqualifies you, those are bullet points. If you grab somebody by the pussy, if you
that was locker room talk.
No, but
that was locker room talk.
But locker room talk don't make it any better, because that then turns into how we treat people at large. That locker room talk became national news.
My son's mother is a cosmetologist. Do you know what kind of conversations women have in their salons? The same shit you hear come out of Donald Trump mouth.
It don't, but for me, it don't matter whether it's men or women, or white or Black. The conversation, her complexion has nothing to do with her ability to do the job. It has nothing to do with that. Where she was born has nothing to do. I don't think she
Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It does.
Because
Listen,
you don't get to that level. You don't get to that level of politics without being vetted. So how
and without being a liar. And without being a liar, and without being a deceiver and a manipulator.
And those are your valid, but those are your valid points. But these are more cosmetic, more external things that people
so let me address.
And I don't think that. I think Black people are doing ourselves a disjustice by going
absolutely not.
What somebody
absolutely
looks
not.
like.
Because we're tying her.
What does that tell your daughter? What does that tell your daughter?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I'll tell my daughter right now, because I already told my daughter this about Kamala Harris. That woman is a Jamaican
Talk about what does that say to your daughter, not as it pertains to Kamala Harris, but what does that tell your daughter?
Listen, what it tells my daughter is that truth matters. Okay, now listen, Kamala Harris is a Jamaican Indian. That is a fact, regardless of where she was born. She's a Jamaican
But she's American.
Indian.
But she's American.
Okay. But she's not an African American, so-called. And what happened is they sold. Hold on. They played on the consciousness.
Hold on. Can I jump in here?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying real quick.
Can I jump in here real quick? Can I get in?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get this point out. They sold her to our people, specifically our women. They were using the term. Hold on, listen. The mainstream media. They were using the term African American just a week ago in reference to her. You notice they're no longer using that term. They're saying woman of color now.
But if you say that, if you're trying to break it down from Jamaican,
hold on. Let me make this point. When you look into her background, first of all, what type of Indian, hold on, listen. What type of Indian family does she come from? What type of Jamaican family does she come from? She comes from a very elitist Indian and Jamaican family. What does that have to do with her? Listen, because her policies reflect her consciousness and how she thinks about so-called Black American people. And that's why we've been tearing her ass up for the last 4 years.
But the same woke bourgeoisie, you all have the same type of mentality when it comes to Black America at the same time. You all think of Black Americans as beneath you anyway. So what difference does it make if she says that she's an elitist or whatever you may call it? Like I have a problem with people attacking her outside of the ability for her to do the job. What she looks like, her where her parents are from, none of that makes sense.
It all matters. It all matters. Let me say that.
But did you do that to Trump though?
Let me say this. I'm gonna do this to Trump.
But did you put Trump under that same spectrum?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We're not doing that.
And Trump, listen. Trump embodies. Listen. Let me tell you about Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, how I view them.
So regardless of their phenotype. Hold on. I just want to make sure that this conversation, because I don't want to get into the politics of it. I don't.
It's not a politics. I'm talking about our people.
But I want to make sure that this conversation stays on course. Because I don't.
It's going to stay on course because I'm going to address how people can play on phenotype to manipulate Black people.
But when did she come out and call herself an African American? When did she ever say that?
Did you hear what I said?
No.
She ran along with the story.
But wait. Can I just say something? Can I just add something?
Go ahead, Monty.
I don't know where y'all going with this, because this African American thing, right? Because if that's the case, none of us are African Americans.
No.
None of us.
Oh, we are. All right. So let's define terms. Let's do this. This is what
y'all saying.
Hold on. No. Let me explain something. So we can let's get on the same page as far as our vocabulary and make sure we're talking the same thing.
Shit, I've been here all my life.
When I say African American, I'm talking specifically about people who are the descendants of people who.
And why wouldn't you consider Jamaicans the descendants of Africans? How is it that you're saying Jamaicans aren't descendants of Africans then?
No, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Because they weren't born there.
What I'm saying.
Because they were not born there. They weren't created in Jamaica.
This is what I'm saying.
But she wasn't born.
But you can't. It is what you're saying. You're saying that she's not of African descent. That's what you just said.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
You said she's from Jamaica. You said she's from Jamaica and her parents are from India. That still makes her of African descent.
I'm not. Hold on. You're missing my point.
I'm not missing your point. I heard every word you said. That is my job.
No, you didn't because he said she never said she was African American. This is what I'm saying. Listen to what I said. The mainstream media pushed the narrative on our people that she was African American, and if you go back and look at the archives,
that would be a correct statement. Let me get the point out.
It would be a correct statement.
Either way, it would be a correct statement. She was born in America, and she's of African descent, which makes her African American.
Listen, because you're about to miss my point. Listen.
In science. in biology.
They push because the science is right here. My point is, she nor Barack Obama are descendants of people who were property in America, and
So
that is who that term was designed to
we became
refer
African
to
Americans because we were property of slave owners. We were property of slaves.
Yeah, but I think I think that's semantics. That's semantics.
No, it's not.
It is semantics.
No, it's not.
We were all it was that term was coined not just from people who were descendants of Africans. It was people who found them black people.
But the interesting part is also that the Jamaicans were not free either.
No, that was just
hold on. Let me break something.
They were brought over on a boat as well.
Right. Let me give you. Let me show you why you have people like the Condoleezza Rices, who I don't like, even though people think I'm a Republican. Let me set the record straight.
I ain't got that cleared up yet.
But if you
I am not a Republican.
That's fine.
No,
but if you're
I'm a conscious black man. I'm a conscious black man who love my people, and I hold the same candlestick to everybody. So my thing
you don't
is,
think everybody else does? Like no, everybody who doesn't believe.
We pick and choose.
No, I know I don't. Because I'm saying I didn't vote for Kamala. Kamala wasn't my choice for president, or she wouldn't have been my choice for vice president. But I think she's capable of doing the job. However,
it's a million people in this country that can do the job.
But it doesn't. Her origin, whether her parents are Indian,
you know
Jamaican,
why? I'm gonna tell you why it matters. Hold on. Let me tell you why it matters. Because one of the biggest conversations surrounding this election right now is the conversation of reparations, which she is 100% against. She is on the record. She is against that. Why? I'm going to tell you why. A constitutional law professor at Coppin State University of Haitian descent told me this. And you could group Candace Owens, Roland Martin, Condoleezza Rice, and anybody else from the islands in this. They are 100% Catholic, 99% Catholic, 100% voodoo. This is what this is what the islands is. This is just a fact.
Africans.
Now check this out.
They
are Africans. But this is the thing. The Catholic Church encouraged the people from the islands not to participate in the Black American struggle. If you go back and look on the record, outside of Marcus Garvey, it wasn't too many people from the islands that was getting down with the Black American struggle, because the Catholic Church had the power over those people from the islands' minds and told them, do not include yourself. Hold on. So she's a beneficiary of ours. She's a beneficiary of our people's struggle, which she does not identify with. And I'm not giving her no pass on that. And neither should you. Because she on some bullshit. Straight up.
How so? How so? Because if things are the way you said, are most black people.
She said Joe Biden. Hold on. She said, let me ask you this. That woman, when she was campaigning for president, said Joe Biden was two things: a rapist and a racist. Why the fuck is she running as his vice presidential candidate right now? Why is she never? But she's phony.
So let me get back on. Let's get back on my point.
She's phony.
Let me get back on the point. First of all, none of this stuff has been proven. This is all hearsay. Hold on. This is
Money. Go find the clip of her. Money. Go find the clip of her calling Joe Biden a rapist and a racist. Go find that.
That was something that was alleged. It was
no, she said that
directly out
she said, I believe the women.
This is my problem. But this is my problem with it. This is my problem with this election. This is my problem with social media. We hang on to little morsels and we make them longer and stretch them out bigger than what they really are. And it's crazy to me that we have gotten so far away from actually moving our country forward. Then we are.
The country was moving forward under Donald Trump. Okay. What are you talking about?
Can I just step in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Monty.
Just so I can
bless us, Monty.
Just so I can fact check. Okay, real quick.
Yes.
So Kamala Harris never called him a rapist. What she did say, what she did say is what you just said, is that I believe in women.
Okay.
She never actually said the word. She called him a rapist.
Okay, so she basically said,
no, wait, let me finish.
Sexually assaulted women.
Let me finish.
That's what she said.
But no, that's not that. I don't even believe that is what the cause of why she said that. The culture is that they believe the women. So I think that's what she was going with. She was trying to be PC. What I think she was doing is trying to be politically correct. And by saying, I believe the women, because that is what culture has been dictating for the past 2 years.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that, Monty. That's an honest answer.
Okay.
Because culture shouldn't dictate the truth. And that's the problem.
Agreed. But that's but you say that in lines of waiting for an investigation.
Trump 2020. Let's go.
First point is we're not doing that right now.
Yes.
My whole point in this first part
be the best thing for black people.
My first point in this first conversation,
I'm hanging out,
and it's detrimental to us. But I'm not laughing though. I'm not laughing because
2020, yo.
Like Barack
I'm gonna get you a jersey, Trump 2020 jersey.
But it's sad though because you have children who this same person is not making a future for, and you're claiming something that you have no knowledge of.
He's making a future for us because he brought jobs back to America.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Where are these jobs you're talking about? Where are these jobs you are talking about? Where are they? What jobs are you talking about?
That's not what we're doing today.
I'm sorry. This ain't my show. I'm sorry.
Gentlemen, that's not what we're doing today. That's not what we're doing.
This is good for the ratings.
I'm not in that.
Okay.
Because as a school teacher, I'm more consistent with how children are picking up these messages, and they're being messages and being fueled by, I can't be something because of the way I look. That's the point of this.
That's not what they're saying. That's not what they're saying.
I'm not.
But my daughter don't look like Kamala Harris. My daughter she don't look like Kamala Harris.
And your intention on what you just said is my problem. Is the problem that I had. Is the problem that I have because the hue of her skin has nothing to do with her ability to be able to do the job.
Same with Donald Trump.
I find things like that very offensive because my mother is of mixed origin. So when people
why does everybody hate the white male leadership then? If their skin color has nothing to do with it, why are we hating on them?
It has nothing to do with their complexion or their origin or their race. It has everything.
So why do you hate Donald Trump and you don't know him? And you say you don't like people hating on Kamala and they don't know her, but you don't know Donald Trump.
I never said I hate Trump. I don't like what Trump has done or unleashed on this country. He has made it possible for people to be hated and people to be outward.
He didn't do that. He didn't do that. That's been happening in America. And you know what happened? You know what happened in America? The fake integration that happened.
That's what happened.
No, the fake integration happened. And the way they fake integrated us was through the military force. Go look at the pictures. When them students were being bused to them schools, who was escorting them into them schools? It was the United States military. So white people probably never, don't think for a second that I ain't a hate bone in my body. I don't advocate for white people. Don't get it twisted.
But that's what you're doing
Don't get it twisted. But I advocate for the truth. And what
you're defending white people and their race.
I'm not defending white people.
You're doing right now. And
what I think is we need to learn.
You're also defending the ignorance that black people are now fueling in this same race. I think it's despicable. If you don't want to vote for her, don't vote for her. And it's really interesting to me, people who side with Republican views, they can never come out and say that
it's not a Republican view. It's my view.
All day and say that I'm Democrat and this is who I'm voting for. Individuals like yourself who hide behind your wokeness don't allow yourself to even come out and say I'm a Republican and I'm voting.
Hey, I'm not. Because check this out.
Half of you not even voting.
I'm gonna tell you what I do to this country. I follow the scriptures. The scriptures say this: you give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and you give unto God that which belongs to God. All I do is pay taxes. I don't vote. I don't vote. I pay taxes.
And that's
I pay taxes. I pay taxes. So I have a say so because I accept whoever the president is. I accept them. Whoever it is.
No.
Democrat, Republican, it don't matter to me. Because you know what? I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me regardless of who they are.
But you have, and maybe because...
Don't matter.
And my argument is always coming from the educational side of this country. Because I'm seeing the lack of voting and how it's contributing to many of our school systems.
It's not.
It's ruined.
That's a plan. Our schools were messed up on purpose. And
you are allowing it to be that way. You are allowing it to be that way by not voting.
Democrats run Baltimore. Donald Trump don't run Baltimore. You had Stephanie Rawlings Blake. You had Sheila Dixon. You had Catherine Pugh.
Our whole government here in
Baltimore, you're going to get Brandon Scott. That's just more of the same.
Whole Baltimore, it's very.
We need a change.
But what's the plan? If you're a Republican or you're not Democrat, I'm gonna say you're not Democrat. What's the plan? I haven't seen one non-Democrat or Republican come up with a plan that can actually move us forward.
Hey, I got plenty of plans, but
even if Democrats haven't really strategized, they actually have a plan. And
my plan is personal responsibility. Be a better person. That's my plan.
We need
be a better person.
That. We need more
Don't
than
throw
that.
trash in the street.
Love
Don't run the stop sign.
Love and cotton candy
people.
does not pay bills.
Don't be a rapist.
Love and cotton candy
don't
does not
steal.
keep your children's school board floating. It doesn't.
Hey,
it doesn't. So you got to get out there and you got to.
The plan is to not be wicked. That's it. Don't be wicked.
But in your ignorance, you are being just that. You're being just that. In order not to be wicked, you look how you're treating somebody. If what you say is true, look how you're treating somebody. Look how you're treating people who don't believe what.
So you saying we should never disclose the facts on people?
I didn't say that.
On people who want to lead us, we should never disclose them.
Who Kamala slept with 10 years ago has no relevance to whether or not she can do the job.
If she used it to sleep her way up the ladder, it does matter. Because you know what happens? She could blackmail people. See, we don't see, come on, you think she not slick? Come on. I'm looking at her. She's a communist, bro. She's a Marxist. She don't want us to have nothing.
It's so easy.
We need to get her.
I noticed this within our Black community. It is so easy.
She not one of us. I reject her 100%.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. Because I think people who believe in conspiracy theories are lazy individuals who only read books by other ignorant individuals.
That is nonsense. Conspiracy theories. The CIA made up the term conspiracy theory.
Most of these woke individuals can only quote somebody who wrote a self-published book. They can't quote anything else. COINTELPRO, the CIA made up the term conspiracy theorists to discredit people. The government did that. But you're using it. Listen, if that is what is true, you just said it. But you just said it, and you're using conspiracy theories to tell me about this lady and this person. You're using it.
Kamala Harris is corrupt.
If they created it, and you know they created it for that reason, why use conspiracy theories to prove a point? If you know that they were all set up on conspiracy theories, but you're using those same conspiracy theories though.
Hey, but y'all saying you saying the same stuff. You sound like Don Lemon. You saying the same stuff he say on CNN.
Well, it has value.
You sound like CNN.
It is very valid. It's very valid.
No, it's not CNN. It's trash. They work, man. CNN, man.
Because it doesn't align with your narrative.
No, CNN got caught busted. CNN is trash, man.
Most of the people right now, you know what? I hope and pray that $1,200 was worth your child's future. I hope that $1,200 was worth the ignorance that Black people that think like you are displaying right now.
Hey,
I hope that $1,200 was worth your child not having a solid, solidified future. I hope that $1,200.
We're making America greater. Make America greater.
sad.
Yes, we are.
It's sad because you're not even. Many people that think like you're not even thinking about the children that you
how do I think?
are leaving behind.
I am thinking about the children, and Kamala Harris wants to eliminate our children. She don't care about our children. If she could have a half-white baby right now, she'll do it. She ain't trying to perpetuate us. She about that light skin.
It's BS.
Howard University paper bag test.
I'm telling you, like
I don't have a paper bag
like that enrage me because it's ignorance. Many of
Kamala
us
Harris.
are of mixed race.
Look at that.
Parents,
Kamala Harris.
That's
and
crazy.
Me. Kamala Harris.
That level of ignorance speaks to your black.
Kamala Harris.
That level of ignorance that you're putting out there.
Her mother. Do you know that the swastika is a part of the culture of their society? Have you ever examined the connection? No. This is a fact.
Just come out as a Republican, and you probably would have such an easier life.
I'm not a Republican,
but you should be.
I don't trust them either.
It's crazy.
I'm a self-actualized man. I go my own way. That's what I do.
Self-actualized people. That's a laziness. That means you don't even care.
No, it's not.
At this point, you don't even care.
I do care.
You don't even care.
What I do is I look at. Hold on. I got you. Can you hear me?
You look at it. You look at it how it benefits you.
Do you hear me?
How it benefits you. I can hear you.
I can't hear right now. Hold on. People trying to call me right now. I don't know what's up with that. But and now I can't hear anything. Man, I was just warming up. What's going on in the chat room? Anybody got any questions? Because I'm ready to get this work to anybody, whoever won it.
But it's not a fight in that way. We don't have to fight in that way. Even if we don't agree, I think it should be this whole culture.
When Donald Trump wins by a landslide, will you accept the results of the election?
No, I will not.
He's going to win. Listen, he's going to win by a landslide. Easy money.
And one of your votes is going to be a part of that?
Popular vote and electoral college. I can't even hear you because something is going on with this right now. You know what I'm saying?
The only way he would win by a landslide is if those 170,000 people that died is going to be the difference.
I can't hear. Hold on.
Can you?
I don't have an iPhone because people like Kamala Harris ain't allowing me to get enough money to get a better.
I think Kamala Harris is the one that disconnected your vote.
Trump, help me get a phone.
My point for making this, bringing up Kamala Harris, as I brought up many of the artists that I brought up the last couple of weeks in terms of how we look and in terms of how we treat each other, not just celebrities or politicians or famous people, but just in general. I'm going in these last 5 months actually, and it's crazy to even say 5 months of being in this pandemic, but a lot of what I've been observing and just going across is just a level of ignorance that is being put
on
out
both
there.
sides. On both sides.
It does. I didn't say from one side or another. I said a level of ignorance from Black people in general. How we treat each other is becoming despicable. Well, it used to be a time where if we didn't agree, it would just we didn't agree. Now we can't even fight on a level of intelligence anymore. Now I gotta go in and find skeletons because I don't have no other thing to put against you. And now we're going to get somebody's skin complexion. Now we're going to get somebody, and not
they're going against her background, not her skin complexion.
This is
her skin complexion has something to do with it.
It has nothing to do with it, and I find that offensive because if you say that about her, you say that about my mother. You say that about my grandparents, and I have a problem with that.
They probably don't think they're better than other people, but Kamala Harris does.
No, I have a problem with that. Because we disrespect
Marty, can you find a clip of Kamala Harris calling young people stupid? Please find that clip. Please play that. She called them stupid.
What was the context of the conversation?
That was going to be my question. What was the context of calling young people stupid? I call a lot of them stupid myself.
Find the clip so we can.
I mean, I've said that myself.
Listen.
So am I a despicable character because I call a bunch of young people stupid.
When you do stupid stuff, you are stupid. When you do stupid things, you're stupid.
Check this out.
Right, like I don't understand.
All right,
it.
well,
Like,
why would they? Why would she specifically
Black people can't be admonished for their dumb, insecure, stupid acts. Like if you're doing stupid things,
we should be
stupid.
We should be. But let's do it all the time. Let's not do it just when. But let's do it all the time. Let's not pick and choose when we're going to do it.
We do it all the time, and people get offended.
No, we don't, because you can't say nothing negative about the Obamas. So we don't do it all the time.
There was several things that I didn't agree with the Obamas. But
that's not true. Tell me one thing you ain't agree with. Tell me one thing.
The fact that his stance on gay rights before he became president and how he evolved. Now, the fact that he changed his mind had a lot to do with the people who were voting for him. Those were issues that affected me.
I'm talking about what that had to. I'm talking about when he was in office. What did you disagree with him on when he was in office?
That was one of the main points that I disagreed with him on. A lot of the other things that I voted for him for was his stance on healthcare, his stance on the educational system, his stance on reorganizing the criminal justice.
He didn't run against same-sex marriage or anything like that. He didn't do that.
He didn't run against it, but he did not support it at all. Either.
Right, he didn't support it at all.
So does it make anybody? So this is my thing.
The same way you're willing to look and turn your head because Trump has allegedly touched other women and not molested, but physically or sexually assaulted them. The same way you can turn your head on that. I had to turn my head.
I didn't turn my head on it.
You are turning your head on.
I said no. Well,
that's a part of him. That's a part of him making America great.
But see, no, the burden of proof is on the accuser. They need to bring the proof forward then. All because he gave some locker room talk. They mad because he was banging a porn star.
He
had an affair with a porn star.
Locker room talk has got many people in tough situations.
I wonder why you shrug your head when you out and out say he had sex with a porn star while he was married, and you out and out discredit that as that not being something against his personality.
We don't know what the arrangement was in his family.
And regardless of the arrangement, it's not American. Is that an American value?
I don't believe a man should ever have one.
But wait a minute. Besides the fact that we don't know what the circumstances is, so his wife was pregnant and getting ready to have a baby while he was doing that. So is that an American value? Is that an American value that you would teach to your child? Is that something that you would teach to your child?
Listen, man. That man might be a polygamist.
But no, answer the question. I want to know that answer. I want to know the answer to that question. Is that something that you would teach to your child, that this is okay while you're in the midst of matrimony, and that you are okay with your husband going out and sleeping with a porn star while you're at home pregnant, getting ready to deliver a baby? Is that a value that you would share with your child?
I don't know what their vows were. I can't say that.
That's bull. That's bull. Because you sat up here and inflicted. You in your conversation today, you inflicted that.
Honest answer. My honest answer is this: if you cannot commit to monogamy, then you shouldn't. However, I'm never going to tell my sons that monogamy is natural because I don't believe that.
And that's your belief system. But you don't get to this.
So he asked me, what am I going to tell my children? So that's what I'm going to tell them. Don't feel bad because you love more than one woman and more than one woman love you, or more than one whatever.
Okay, this is getting
got going on.
Getting off the beaten path. I'm going to reiterate.
A question and I answered that. Donald Trump is a rich man.
Okay,
he
so
a lot of women.
I'm not sitting on here. I'm not doing. I said this is not a show on politics. I'm not. I don't get it.
I'm not politicking.
Part of my reason, and the whole reason really, is because I've just been going through. And this first week, this is my first week back into school teaching, and some of the conversations that I'm hearing is more so, and these are high school level children. But part of the conversation that I'm hearing from Black young people is the way I look determines what I'm able to be. And it's no way possible that my intelligence and my hard work alone will get me to a level of success. And these are seeds that are being planted by people who are oppressing, and that person right now doesn't have a face or a race to them at this point, that I believe. But at the same time, Black people are fueling this by saying only if you get to this level, you have to be corrupt. There's no way that your talent and your intelligence and your hard work alone can get you to this level of success. And I have a problem with people attacking Kamala Harris, not on the basis of her character, not on the basis of her intelligence, not on the basis of her track record.
They're tearing her character down. Her character is trash. She's trash.
But that's what you believe. That's what you believe. But who do you?
She withheld evidence. A man was on death row, about to die. She knew the man was innocent. Mm-hmm. And was lobbying against evidence being admitted that could get that man off death row. You telling me that's not a shitty person? Get her ass out of there. Give me somebody else I might consider being a Democrat. Get her ass out of there. Get her and Sleepy Joe out of there. They gotta go.
It's crazy.
They gotta go.
So this is again.
Y'all ain't got nobody back.
I'm not gonna repeat this. I'm just gonna end the conversation because this is not my point. This is not. I'm not on here giving my views on.
She's not one of us. That's the problem. She's not one of us. She's not.
That's my problem, and that's the whole point of this conversation. You can't selectively take somebody out of a culture and put them back in a culture as if
not one of us, bro. She's not from our culture.
Because I feel the same way about a lot of the woke people that you support. I have a problem with that.
Which woke people do I support?
We cannot separate us. If you don't agree with somebody, if you think she's evil, that doesn't take away from the fact that she's a part of our culture. It doesn't.
She ain't a part of my culture at all. Our culture, who defines our culture?
And my problem
Democrat,
is now,
I'm not a Marxist.
And it's sad to me because we let white people get away with murder.
Hey,
on a daily basis.
I'm not concerned about what they do. I'm concerned about what we do.
You are concerned.
I'm concerned about what we do.
You were so interested in all this money that Trump has given to the Black community or to America that you have totally overshadowed anything that those individuals have done to us. But we consistently.
Well, where have the Democrats in Baltimore? What have the Democrats in Baltimore done with the billions of dollars that Donald Trump asked about that went missing?
What have the Republicans done? What have the Republicans
people
done?
To run Baltimore.
Because
we picked shitty people to run Baltimore.
Okay, and I'll give you. You know what? I'm gonna give you that. But in return, shitty people don't vote. Shitty people sit on their asses and don't get up and vote. No. You keep saying elected. How did they get there? How did those people get there? They were voted in. They were voted in.
By who? By shitty people.
By shitty people and the shitty people who did not get up and vote.
Listen, Democrats have a base of people who want an easy life. They don't want to work for nothing. They don't want to put the work in.
It's crazy to me.
They don't.
Crazy because
they don't. They don't. Marriage means everything.
I think you
and Kamala Harris.
I think you need to sit back.
She took the easy route. She used her sex to elevate herself in the political sphere. That's a fact.
And so she's not intelligent at all.
She is intelligent because she's very aware. First of all, she's an Indian woman. She's an Indian woman. So I bet you she read the Kama Sutra. She know how to put that snap on people and blackmail them.
You have a female daughter. You have sisters. That's telling the words that are coming out of your mouth tells your daughter and your sister that they have to fuck their way to success.
No, I don't. I tell my it don't. They not Kamala Harris. I tell them don't be like Kamala Harris.
But what you're saying to them is contradictory to what you're saying right now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you know what I tell my daughter?
You're negating the fact that this lady worked very hard at Howard University.
Yeah, she was
has a proven
working. She was working.
That's sad. That's sad. Because you're putting into that narrative that black women can only get ahead if they're fucking.
Can I ask a question?
Hey, I'm not saying that.
Can I ask
a question? If they do it on merit alone, if they do it on merit alone,
you're taking away
like men have to do it.
You're taking away any intelligence that's
no, I'm not. She's a smart
woman. Wait a minute, hold on.
You
said something that was like really, really, really like disrespectful. Like if they work hard like men do it.
Yep.
That is condescendingly disrespectful.
It is.
That's not condescendingly disrespectful.
It's very much.
Why are women asking for special privileges in the workplace?
Special privileges
that men can't have. Hold on. Special privileges in the workplace.
Special privileges at being paid.
They're asking for quotas to be established.
At being paid, special privileges at being paid 70% on the dollar, and you say
they should build their own. Nobody's telling them not to go to the top of their own business. This is America. Everybody can start a business. Why you want to run my business? Why I gotta let you run my business and you ain't lay one brick? Why?
It is crazy.
Why? Give me an honest answer. Are you going to hand your empire over to a woman?
I don't get what you mean. What do you mean by that?
To meet a quota?
What do you mean? I don't get what you mean by that. What do you mean by that?
That's wild to me.
A quota. For example, people saying, well, at the top, we need to have equal representation. But how are you going to get equal representation if your work and quality of output is not the same? I don't agree with that. We don't need no quota. We need the best of the best.
Hold on. You're already knocking down people before they've even done the job. So you're saying what you're saying right now is the black person's quality or black woman's quality won't be as superior as the other people.
I said work hard like the men.
Ask for equal opportunities.
She gotta work hard like the men. Don't come in saying I'm female.
Trying to figure out what men are you talking about that work hard, especially in politics.
I only see men there. Work your way up the same way those men had to work their way up. We don't get handouts.
Who in particular are you saying? Can you give me a name?
Not work their way up.
Can I get a name of somebody in particular you're talking about that did not work hard to earn their positions?
I'm not saying. All right, I don't remember her name. Hold on, listen. There's a woman right now who's like one of the top traders in America. She's a Saudi princess. She inherited that business from her father. She didn't work to get that.
Well,
but what does that got to do with what you just said? Right. She inherited it. So, it was her blood right.
My point is, she didn't work to get it.
But it was her blood right. She didn't have to work to get it.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
But what that got to do with what you just said?
Mark Zuckerberg, hold on. So when Mark Zuckerberg chooses not to hire a woman who isn't his own daughter, don't hate on him. Don't hate on him.
Well, who's done that?
Nobody, if they smart, would hire somebody that's not their
child.
But
my question was, who's done this? Who's done what you prescribed?
You're actually
that's virtue signaling.
You're actually right now proving your own perspective.
He's proving against what he said.
Right.
Because I'm trying to figure out who's done that.
Not at all.
Who's hired someone that didn't deserve the position?
Listen. I would never.
Nothing to do with discrimination. Nepotism has everything to do with, that's what you're supposed to do. Right now, you're supposed to be building industries that your children can then make money from over the course of umpteen years.
So
but nepotism has
nothing to do.
Nepotism has nothing to do with discrimination. That's an HR issue. You can't fight nepotism in HR.
Look,
because I own the country. But at the same time, discrimination is what we're all talking about right now. Okay. At one time, we didn't have any black people in any position of any power. But as a consumer, I no longer want to give my money to things that do not look at me as a valuable institution.
So this is because I'm black. So this is
discrimination.
You just said something.
Come on now, you're fighting.
Hold on, no. You just said something key. You just said something key that explains the difference in our thought process. I'm not asking nobody, white, black, red, purple, blue, anything else to validate my humanity.
And you should.
Never.
And you should.
Ever. So I'm not asking. I want my people to be free and self-sufficient. That's what I want. If whatever they got going on, I don't care what they got going on. I'm worried about what we're doing.
But with your mentality, but we have to exist in this world together.
Okay.
We can't go to our separate corners of this world. And your mindset
everybody goes to their separate corners. Everybody goes to their separate corners.
But your mindset is what's keeping us behind.
No, it's not. No, it's not. How many black people can sell a chicken box to an Asian man?
But that mindset allows industries to continue to discriminate against black people, black women, and other minorities. It continues to do that. It does.
Absolutely not.
It does because it allows them to discriminate on the basis of this ain't my company.
See, this is what integration did to us.
No, this is
the toxicity.
This is what fooling.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. Hold on. Let me clarify what I'm saying. Integration without a plan for self-preservation is a death wish. And that is exactly. Hold on.
We had those plans and strategies, and those same people that
slavery.
Hold on.
Post-slavery we did.
No, we had
Jim Crow we did.
No,
yes,
we had those same.
There were plenty of black businesses.
Hold on, give me a
second. Plenty of black businesses.
Give me a second, sir. We had those same strategies before we were brought over here. We had those same strategies during slavery. We had those same strategies after slavery. But the same individuals that are making America great again are those same people who destroyed.
No. The Democratic Party. The Democratic Party destroyed the black economy with handouts and false promises and selling pipe dreams. That's what happened. Emmett Till was killed by Democrats. Emmett Till was killed by Democrats, bro.
Sir.
You know what the Democrats, hold on. Democrats were taking black men. Listen,
he was killed by racists.
Hold on. Racist Democrats. And check this out. Let me tell you.
Am I at fault for Emmett Till's? Am I at fault for Emmett Till's death? Because I'm a Democrat.
Hey, I think you're ignorant of the fact that Democrats work like that.
Being a Democrat
Democrats work like that. Yes, it did.
Being a Democrat,
because Democrats were pro.
Has nothing to do with people's wickedness. That's something that's already inside of them.
That was the culture of being a Democrat. Democrats were taking black men. They were kidnapping them, hanging them on a tree. They were cutting their penis off, putting it in their mouth, and lighting their bodies on fire. That's what Democrats were doing. And check this out.
Also owned your family members.
Check this out. A Republican. No, the Democrats were the slave masters. That's the South. The South. The South. The Republican Party was started by free black men. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you know the history of the Republican Party? The Republican Party was started by free black people and abolitionists. What are you talking about?
Abolitionists that still own slaves.
What are you talking about?
Abolitionists that still
own
slaves.
No, the Democrats wanted to maintain slavery.
Was Lincoln a Democrat? Was Lincoln a Democrat?
The South. And check this out.
Are you saying slavery didn't exist?
Lincoln was pro-slavery.
Are you saying? But he was also a Republican. He was also
Lincoln was pro-slavery. All of them white people were pro-slavery. All of them. All of them.
So what you're saying doesn't make sense because he was still a Republican.
All of them. Listen, Malcolm X told us that the Democrat and the Republican. He said it ain't no difference. That's what Malcolm said. And guess what?
Y'all wasn't listening to Malcolm X until he was killed. So I don't want to hear
Malcolm X. I wasn't around when Malcolm X was alive. But I listened to
you would have been the same person on the bandwagon going against them.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because I wanted to be a free black man. I wanted to be a free black man.
Republicans were part of the reason he was killed.
No, they weren't. It was Democrats.
Oh,
it was Democrats.
It's scary.
It was Democrats.
You have children. So your
Democrats were the racists. Go back and listen to Malcolm's speeches. Go back and listen to him talking about. He called them Dixiecrats. That's what he called them.
I've read the transcripts from the court.
So who did he call Dixiecrats?
I've seen the documentaries.
Who did he call Dixiecrats? No, he didn't.
Sir, you wouldn't even been a fan of Malcolm X if you were around when he was popular. When he wasn't popular.
I would have been a fan. You wouldn't have because I saw a self-actualized man. I saw a self-actualized man. That's what Malcolm X represents to me.
You can see that now.
A man who went through a journey of his soul. He went through the ups and downs. And when he got to the end, that man was ready to put in work.
I'm going to curb the conversation a little bit.
Okay, let's curb it. So, no to Kamala Harris. No.
Well, you're not voting anyway. So you don't get that vote. You don't get that vote. You don't get to say that because you're not even voting.
I pray that white Jesus visit you in your sleep and shine a light in your eyes and let you know that woman is a devil.
You joke a lot, but you're planning for the country that your children are going to inherit. So I hope your jokes are actualized.
Listen.
And you realize what you're doing.
Trump is making America greater. We're going higher.
As we continue this conversation, part of what Fridays are is for us to learn how to dissect issues despite where we fall on them.
It's a good show, though.
For some reason, I'm starting to understand a lot of the struggle that we continue to go like that cycle. Struggle is a cycle in this country. Specifically in this country, because I'm able to see how outside people, both black and white, understand and see America. We are a laughing stock at this point in the world. We are on every country's or most countries' list right now. Whereas though if you come to our country, you have to automatically go on self-quarantine, and we're all doing that. But we dropped those rules. Other countries still have those rules, and the United States is number one on that list around the world. And
on what list?
In terms of the traveling restrictions right now, in terms of where you would want to go, and right now during a pandemic, I'm speaking about the pandemic. Yeah. I am wondering where our country will be in the next 2 years as it pertains to getting back to a sense of normal and how our government will handle that, how our school system is handling that, because most of the colleges that opened up are now closing back down and going to a virtual format because the COVID crisis is still alive and going. And many people are trying to get back to a norm before there's any type of information. And as we learned in the very beginning of this, there won't be a vaccine or anything close to a cure for this for another, I think, almost 4 years. That's kind of the time it takes for them to do test trials and all that. And I'm just wondering where we would be at because of that. So many things are being interfered with. And I don't like, it's hard not to get political because everything is tied back to politics and somebody wanting to win a race. And I'm just wondering where
that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because we're playing, because I feel like the powers that be are playing the members of this country like puppets. And we're and it's detrimental to us because many people are feeling that, like, even for me, you know, I was one of those stone cold people, like, I'm not going outside, and I feel the need to do normal things, like go get my annual checkup. You know, I'm having issues with my teeth and with my eyes, so I gotta go. So things have to get back to some semblance of a normalcy, or we're all gonna perish in this. But I'm just wondering where we will be at in the next 2 years. So in your opinion, where do you think we'll be in the next 2 years with this pandemic that we're in?
I think, this is my honest opinion, I think first of all, it depends on what happens in November. Okay. Because I'm willing to guarantee you that if Donald Trump is not the president after this election, they'll act just like this shit never happened.
You know what? Specifically for you, I understand based on our conversation why you feel the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it goes a little bit deeper. If I was the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, I think I would share some of your perspectives. But because I have senior citizens in my family that depend on the healthcare system as it is, who depend on certain necessities that the government helps them with, the educational system. Because I'm a teacher, I'm seeing the educational system being sold off for parts. I'm seeing parts of our country being sold off for parts. I see people in the current administration getting positions based on their funding or of their candidate, or I'm just seeing a lot of raggedy politics that are affecting our everyday lives. I'm in a school system in the heart of Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill don't have a lot. Cherry Hill has one market, one shopping center, in the community, and I'm a teacher in that community, and I'm seeing families that are generationally in poverty, and I can't blame the families. I can't blame the government. It's a collective responsibility. But my whole perspective on all of this, and it's really how Black people treat each other. And I don't. That's kind of what I meditated over all of this. And it's really how we look at each other. Because prior to this pandemic, it was people on food stamps. They need to get up and stop being lazy. Then once the pandemic got here, it was those people on unemployment. They need to stop being so lazy. And it is a total disregard for where people are and how things have been stacked up against a population of people. There's a total disregard of everything that came before us that allow us to be able to even sit on this platform and be able to discuss things with the freedom that we are. You yourself have just been kicked off of social media because of your right to freedom of speech. That's a right in this country. The individuals who own companies are telling us what we are allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say. I think that's a scary part of this country. But a lot of that has come based on the man that you are supporting. And I'm not saying no. Listen to what I just said. I'm not. Well, hold on. I didn't say free speech. But hold on. I didn't say he did it. I said because of his excessive use of freedom of speech is why many of us are being told that we can't do anything right now.
Well, that's one way. Hold on, that's one way of looking at it. But you could also look at it as there's an agenda to control speech. Period. You see what I'm saying? I don't think he has anything to do with that. I saw this stuff coming anyway. It may have something to do with him being there, but I guarantee you when he's gone, guess what? I guarantee you when he's gone, the internet will be like the Wild West again. You'll be able to say whatever you want. It could be fake news. It could be a lie. It could be whatever. They're not gonna care. What they want to do. Donald Trump is an upsetter, bro. He is a symbol of something. And I'm not saying he's good or bad.
Yes, he's a symbol of lies. A symbol of lies.
Thank you.
He's not good nor bad to me. I don't look at him as a friend
Wait a minute. I'm not gonna cut you off. But please tell me specifically for Curtis Gorham Jr., how has this man benefited your? Now I don't want you to talk about nobody else. Tell me how he has benefited
loaded
your
question.
life. It's not loaded. It's not.
That's a loaded question.
It's not loaded because I'm telling you, I don't have any ill intentions.
Well, let me tell you
one basic question. Tell me how he has benefited your life.
Donald Trump benefited my life directly from being where he is as a self-actualized man and standing up for everything that he believes in. I believe that he 100% believes whatever he believes in. He's not a fucking coward. You know what I'm saying? He gonna speak his mind.
But he's a liar.
He not gonna be. It ain't no scripted speech.
It's lies.
I listen to him when he go off record. I can respect that. I can respect a self-actualized man being there.
It takes a lot of intelligence.
Even when he's lying, you can respect him even when he's lying.
What do you mean?
You said I can respect a self-actualized man.
Has Barack Obama ever lied?
You said I can respect a self-actualized man.
Has Barack Obama ever lied? He's a liar.
The additive to that question
is he's a liar. Okay. It's a biased conversation.
No, it's not biased. At the same time,
hold on, Monty. You can say with such fervor what a liar Obama is, yet you let everything that Trump has started. Trump has been. There is a fact tracker right now that is being calculated.
That has never been used on Barack Obama. That has never been used on Barack Obama. Did you realize that he was the person who started locking the children in cages? Did you know that?
He wasn't the one.
Yes, he did. That was his plan. Fact check it.
He's not the one who started that.
Fact check it.
He's not the one who started that.
Who started it? It wasn't Donald Trump.
If you want to go that
far, has been going on for years before Donald Trump got there.
Nobody said he was the one who started it.
Okay, so don't blame Donald Trump. Let's not do that. Let's be real. Barack Obama was doing it. Nobody called Obama racist. Nobody called him racist when he did that. The pictures that they showed of children in cages was from the Obama administration. Nobody called him racist. That's a lie. CNN even confirmed that, bro. CNN even confirmed that.
What I'm saying
was from the Obama administration. That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
My point to you is you with strong fervor and strong conviction can say Obama is a liar. Point blank period.
If you say Donald Trump is a liar, Obama won.
In the same breath, you sit up here and put Trump on a pedestal.
He's a self-actualized man.
Sir, you learned a term and now you're overusing it. You learned a term and now you're overusing it.
Yo, how you gonna hit me with the Candace Owens response? You can't hit me with the Candace Owens response. You don't even like Candace Owens. How you gonna steal her swag like that?
You want
to be a Republican. You want to be a Republican.
I have no desire ever.
You want to be a Republican.
I can say that I'm a Democrat. You will always deny that.
He gonna go in the booth and he gonna look around and be like,
"You will always deny that you're a Republican."
I already know it. I'm not a Republican.
You can't even tell us what you want for this country.
I know what I want for this country, but I know what I want for my people first. That's what I need. If my people listen, taking care of my people will guarantee the success of this country. I 100% believe that.
You can't even clearly define who you are.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Those who are descendants of people who were property in this country. That's who I'm talking about.
But that's not the
Kamala Harris not one, and Barack Obama is not one. Condoleezza Rice is not one.
Her family was
enslaved. Not one.
Her family was enslaved by the same people your family was enslaved by.
No.
Yes.
Her family was tracking that whip. Her Indian family group, the Indians have a caste system. People like us in that caste system will get shunned if they dark as us. Go ahead and talk to Kamala Harris about the caste system. Go ask her about it. Come on, man. Let's not play. That's why she couldn't wait to get. That's why she couldn't wait to get some white chocolate.
That sounds like you got some color issues within yourself.
Ain't no color issue. Gandhi was a racist. That's why I don't understand why Martin Luther King cited that guy. That guy was a part of the same caste system that Kamala Harris' mama and them represent. That's what they are. Her family are people who oppress people that look like us in Jamaica, brother. Come on. Let's not play. Let's not play. One of the things that I want our woke individuals
our woke individuals to start doing this. I need you to do your research outside of those self-published books. I need you to start doing, and that's, I'm not even joking about that. I'm not even joking about it.
What makes a published?
That,
so what you just did was elitism.
What makes a self-published? Go ahead and finish your question.
What you
what
just
makes
did?
A self-published book wrong?
Listen, every book is self-published. Every book, even the McGregor Hill or whatever McGraw Hill, they still self-published. Somebody owns a company and is self-publishing the shit. Let's not try to use terms like you're being racist. You're using a racist.
I'm being a self-actualized man.
Because you're trying to say ghetto scholarship. Self-actualized is not my term. That's a term that comes out of psychology, which I know you respect.
I do respect it. And that's the reason why I'm arguing with you, because you're using it out of context.
No, I'm not using it out of context.
You're very much so using
because
it out of
I've
context.
already been to that point in the pyramid where I don't need nobody to validate me. I'm good without the validation. I'm not asking white people for anything. I don't. You know what I need? You know what I need? The whites, the Asians, the Latinos, and everybody else to do. Go serve their own people and let us fix us. That's what I need. See, I want to be a free black man. I'm not here to play no game with white people, these systems, or none of that. No Kamala Harris, no Obamas, none of that. I'm not here for that.
A self-actualized man can't be free working his way up the ladder.
That's why you build your own. That's why you build your own and be okay taking losses.
Listen, a self-actualized man can't wait for a $1,200 stimulus check.
Listen. You gotta be okay taking losses.
A self-actualized man can't wait for a $1,200.
Who's waiting on the $1,200 stimulus check?
But that's one of the things that you said Trump did for us. He gave us all this money.
That's something he did for people who were trapped in the system. I'm an entrepreneur. My money ain't stopped.
You don't really feel what they feel.
You know why? Because I walked away from the system a long time ago. I stopped working at First Union for a reason when it was First Union, which became Wachovia, which became Wells Fargo. I did that for a reason because I was counting other people's money. I know what it's like to hold somebody's numbers in my hand and see a millionaire that lives in Carroll County and I'm coming back to Zone 16 in Baltimore City. I get that. And what I realized was I was never going to be a free man working that kind of job. I had to start building myself. And if it meant that I never had $1 million, if I only made 30,000, 40,000, and I did it my way on my own terms, then God damn it, I'm beating the white man's ass. That's how I feel. Fuck his system. I'm good.
So you don't like white people?
It don't have, no, he runs this. This is his system set up for him. That's why I don't understand why we begging them for anything. We can set our own up. We gotta do us.
So we
gotta do us.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, what I'm trying to say in general, the way you're going at this is wrong.
It's not wrong. It's all right.
The fact that you can't even be criticized. I'm saying to you, the way you're going at this is wrong because it's really helping other people to continue to treat us like we're second-class citizens.
We allow people to treat. I don't allow nobody to treat me that way.
You are.
I don't allow nobody to treat me that way.
Here's a question.
That's what you're saying.
Oh my God! No, he didn't. Yo,
Here's
that was so.
Here's a question.
You'll be a good lawyer.
Go ahead, Marty.
So when do we become united?
And thank you.
Okay, that's a good question. We can become united.
I don't ain't shit about no Trump.
No. Okay, that's a great question. Now, this is what I think we should do. Particularly our people, regardless of gender, sexual preference, orientation, origin. Hold on. I'm talking about the black people who are descendants of property in America specifically. Yes, I am.
Because that's not unity. That's not unity.
Listen,
you already separated.
But see that
separated.
Nate is right. You did. You just separated us again. I mean, you gave us. The question was, when do we become united? And that means
I'm talking about people who are descendants because we have a unique.
You can't separate that way. You can't separate that. You can't separate it that way because this is a country of immigrants. Period.
Right? And most of us.
We are immigrants. They were immigrants, and they are immigrants now. None of us have that right to be acting like we are not. We can't be united. We don't have that right because we are in the United States.
For free. They wasn't brought here to work for free.
Who wasn't brought here to work for free?
We built it for free.
Have you been to Jamaica lately?
I'm about to say, who hasn't been? They came here for better opportunity. That's the only reason why people come here.
Because
they believe there are better opportunities here.
Because of what we did. Them people, listen, I don't get it.
Who's we? When you say we, who's we? Because we did not achieve from that.
Jamaicans.
What field did you work in?
No, I'm about to say, and what we did, we become rich from that. We didn't become rich from slavery.
My ancestors who were property in this country built it for free. That's a fact. There was no check.
Well, they didn't do it for free. They did feed them.
That's the part of the slave trade. So this was the American slave trade. There was the Caribbean slave trade. There was the European slave trade. I mean,
and they were all linked together. All that slave trade right there was linked together. From here, from the top of Canada, all the way down through the Caribbean to the top part of South America was all in slavery.
America is great because of us, not because of Donald Trump. Not because of nobody else. America is great because of us. I'm not giving up on America.
That's what I need you to say out your mouth.
I love America.
All that other shit about Trump making us great, that shit is bullshit.
Hey, it is. Because look what he's doing for us. All right, check this out. Donald Trump is doing the best thing he could possibly do.
But that's sad. But that's sad. If you believe,
let me tell you what Donald Trump did. All right, let me tell you what he did for black children. In education, let me tell you what Donald Trump did.
Oh, please.
Donald Trump put up the fight to shut that DACA bullshit down, which our children need.
And how does that benefit better education?
School. Hold on, listen. You know that they went around Donald Trump to make sure that illegal immigrants were guaranteed rights through DACA. But Donald Trump was telling us, you know who that's going to hurt the most? The minorities that are already here. And everything he's saying about that is true. Oh, man, come on, man.
God.
You're not researching.
I don't get what you're saying. You said I don't get what you're saying.
His pockets, because he's going to have to start. It's going to hurt his pockets because the illegal immigrants that he has working for all his companies, he's going to have to start paying them legal wages. That's why he was against it. Come on, let's not act like he was so concerned about the American citizens.
That is some hogwash. You know that.
I just want to go back to the point. I was just trying to figure out the point you just made, right? Because you said something about DACA and children and education. I don't get. How do you line that up? Because
but the DACA, that's the people who they call dreamers, right?
Right. So people that were not born here were born here as children.
Right. So they're the children of people. They're children who were either sent across the border, came across the border with someone,
right,
or their families came across undocumented.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And certain benefits have been guaranteed to them off of taxpayer dollars.
But wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait.
Without the consent of the taxpayers, meaning you, myself, white people, red people, anybody in this country who's a taxpayer.
All immigrants.
But they were all. We keep forgetting the part. They were all people that were brought here against their will. They had no choice in the matter.
Everybody didn't come here against their will.
DACA only applies to people that were brought here against their will. That's what DACA does. Period.
No.
DACA only covers people that were brought here against their will. DACA only covers people that was brought here against their will. Sanctuary cities covers everything else that you're talking about.
So what we'll talk about DACA and how it's negative for the black community. We could do that next week because I'm gonna bring all the documentation and all the facts. Because we're gonna shut that down. Because Donald Trump knows that our people are being affected disproportionately by illegal immigration.
Trump does not care about
Did Obama care about us?
Okay, so
Did Obama care about us?
I'm just going to define. I'm going to give you the definition.
Has a lot of
I'm going to break down the definition of DACA.
Did Obama care about us?
Working for his company. He did not want to pay those
people Obama care about
affordable
us?
wages.
Only because
about us.
Only because I want to clear this up for a media purpose, because you said that wasn't true what I just said about the children. That children, it's only for children that came here against their will. DACA means deferred action of childhood arrivals. That's what DACA is. And that's for children that were brought here against their will.
That is not true.
It is.
That is not true.
I just told you what the definition is.
DACA, that is not true.
You can't keep denying facts. Denying facts is not going to get us anywhere.
Listen, that is not true. That is not true. What is happening, see, what you're reading is what people put on paper, but what is actually happening, which they are
trying to
listen.
Listening to non-facts is not going to help us get anywhere.
Hold on, excuse me. That's the same way. Hold on, listen to what I'm saying. In the dictionary, the definition of feminism is not what feminism is, and we know that. We know that. The Dreamers Act.
Well, feminism is not a law.
Excuse me. What's happening? People are coming here illegally, and they are being grouped in to that DACA Act. And
adults are coming here illegally.
They are coming here. Listen, they are coming here illegally. They are not coming here against their will. That is not true. They are crossing illegally. Them children are coming here by themselves.
Here's the thing. You cannot be added to the DACA list anymore. So who are you talking about?
Donald Trump shut that shit down.
No, it wasn't Donald Trump. It wasn't Donald Trump. DACA was already. Listen. We're going to talk one at a time because that's how we do it here at Big Sports Radio. Okay. DACA was already solidified during the Obama administration, and you could not be added to the list anymore. No more people could be added to the list. DACA was already secured. It's already got the protection for the people that are listed under DACA. No one else can be added. So now today, who are we talking about? No, approved by Congress. Approved by Congress. It can't be illegal when approved by Congress. It cannot be illegal when approved by Congress.
They are undocumented immigrants. They are here illegally.
Listen. It's not illegal when an executive order is signed. It's not illegal when an executive order is signed. Period. If it was illegal, we would be talking about this. If it was illegal,
let me tell you what. Let me tell you what they did. Let me tell you what DACA is. DACA is a democratic. DACA is a democratic attempt to strengthen their voter base. It's a democratic attempt to strengthen their voter base with undocumented immigrants.
Wait a minute. See, now here we go. Okay, hold up. I'm doing fact checking. I'm just doing some fact checking. I don't want to leave that out there. Nate, wait a minute. Nate, I understand. I don't want to leave that out there as being factual because it's not factual. DACA recipients cannot vote. They are not registered Americans.
DACA is the way they're trying to naturalize them as citizens so they can strengthen up their voting
Which is true. I'll give you that. They are trying to do that, which is the immigration process.
That's why Obama did that. That's why Obama did that.
Yeah, you know what Obama did.
Come on. I let this go on.
Unconstitutional.
And this wasn't my intention, and I actually did have a plan for today. So when I'm saying y'all can do this next Friday,
I'm not doing
my whole point for this show, my whole idea for this show is how we need to work on how we treat each other. And if that means through politics, the educational system, just our interpersonal skills, all those things are being affected by people's feelings. And people's feelings are getting in the way of how we actually can treat each other, not how we're supposed to, but how we actually can treat each other. The idea that one little morsel of information can be played like the telephone game and taken around and then become something totally that is not, and false information being treated as facts and being put out there, and in a serious election, in a serious moment in our country, we really have to work on how we communicate with each other. We don't have to feel the same way. And in effective communication, we can clearly get to the bottom of many of the discrepancies and misunderstandings that we really have. For me, I'm always going to come from the perspective of our children, because I see how this is affecting them. Because everybody, all the adults are fighting their point of views, their perspectives, their narratives, and they're not giving any attention to how this is affecting our children, how it will initially or eventually rather affect how they live. Right now, we are in a space where this may not be, we may not be in a normal space for another 4 years. So we're going to go through a whole nother presidential cycle in quarantine. And to me, we're focusing on whether I like somebody or not. I don't give a fuck about Kamala Harris's personal life. I want the best person for the job. In my opinion, it's not Trump. If you feel it's Trump, get your ass up and vote for him. And that goes to anybody else that's out there. That's anybody that's out there listening. I don't want to hear a damn thing from anybody that has not exercised their civil right. And one, because I was raised by a great grandmother who told me stories about her being hit over the head for just trying to go and vote. If for nothing else, if you don't know anything else, learn who's voting, choose who you want. I don't want to hear any more mudslinging, because it's costing our country and it's costing our individual Black communities and other minority communities our lives. There are people who are losing their lives based on politics, because somebody rather hold up somebody who fits the image versus picking somebody who actually has a plan. A plan. Not Trump. A gimmick, not a branding scheme,
he's not a gimmick,
marketing scheme, but an actual plan and a strategy. Not somebody who's going to eliminate or destroy our mailing system just to prove a point.
That's not what. Did you listen to the testimonies today? Did you listen to I listened to the Postmaster General testimony today. Did you listen to it? Donald Trump is not trying to destroy nothing. That's all a myth. That was all dispelled today. That is a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. That's fake news. It's not feelings. That's documented testimony.
Take that to the ballot box on November the 3rd. That's what I'm telling everybody. No matter who you want to vote for, get up off your ass and stop claiming you woke, and get out there and be a part of
voting. Has nothing to do with being woke. Voting has nothing to do with being woke.
It has a lot to do with being woke.
No, it doesn't.
Because there's a lot of individuals out there that are swinging these
voting for somebody to make decisions for you has nothing to do with being woke. What you do in your everyday life, is more important. We need to stop playing politics, period. We need to stop playing politics, period, and get to work.
And with that, I agree with you. We're going to come back on Monday. We have a special guest coming on Monday, Mr. Charles. He's the CEO of We Are You Radio out of Atlanta, the voice of pride. And we're going to be talking to him. It is the home of one of my favorite hosts, Miss, I can't even remember her name. It just slipped on my head because I'm just so angry in this moment. I'm going to leave you all with this.
Don't be angry.
It's not about being angry. I'm just
we need more love right now.
I'm embarrassed.
Love need love today.
Love my ass. I need for us to just learn how to treat each other. So if we can just deal with that before we even start communicating. Just learn how to talk to each other, learn how to put our mouths on each other, and learn how to separate your feelings and your emotions from your civic responsibility in this country. It's going to be the detriment of us as Black people if we don't stop allowing other people to treat us like trash and then giving them the fuel to do so. So this is the end of the Artist Exchange radio show for today. Next up is the Cocktail Social, and I believe it is what it is radio show. If you're looking for a home, Be Exposed is that place. Hit us up at info@beexposedradio.com with your show idea or bring your show here. Advertise with us, and don't forget to follow the Artist Exchange radio show every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and now YouTube. Peace out. Peace out. I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm angry. gotta bring them down. Sound effects on.